Locomotives! Today we're looking at the difference between C44s, GPs, and SD units. There are so many different types of locomotives, it's no wonder that people get them confused. I recently purchased a GP60 unit, and my wife says, "Don't you already have one of those?" And I've said, "Of course not. I mean, come on, this is a new locomotive, right?" But the more I thought about her comment, it got me thinking that typical people just don't know the difference. And for me, sometimes it's hard to know the difference as well, but these few things that we're going to talk about can help you understand the difference between them. Now, what she was really referring to was a C44 unit that I picked up at the train show last year, which is nowhere close to a GP60. You see, locomotives can be classified in many different types of classification based on their fuel system, design, and purpose. As an example, take a look at the GP units. They were designed for a variety of operational needs. However, the C44s were designed for specific purposes. The C in C44 represents the wheel arrangement, in which each truck has 3 powered axles, while the 44 is a numerical representation of 4,400 horsepower. With 6 powered apples, this locomotive has some serious torque and doesn't quite move as fast as the other GP units. GP units say, what? These locomotives were built for general purpose, which ironically meant generic use. With smaller footprints and a B configuration wheel sets, these locomotives were perfect for yard work and short line railroads. In fact, the Southern Pacific owned 159 GP60 units, which was the largest Jeep inventory any railroad has ever owned, which is crazy. In my research, the GP units had over 32 different variations, which isn't really a lot when compared to SD units. Which brings me to special duty units, also denoted as SD. These were some of the first units with the C configuration wheel sets. Remember the C44s we talked about earlier? These guys were some of the precursors to those. With 6 powered axles, this meant larger and longer roads to further places, which in turn meant higher profits. Now, to be completely transparent, there are some SD units that have a B truck configuration, but the majority of them have C configurations. SD units have been around since the 1950s, but why would a railroad want to choose a C44 versus a SD versus a GP? Well, it really comes down to performance and affordability. SD units are not as powerful as C44s, but they're arguably more affordable. When's the last time you've ever seen a contest of just only C44s? I haven't. Well, there'll always be those people who won't recognize the difference between locomotives. That's not a bad thing. It just means that they will never be able to fully appreciate them the way that we do. That's why it's our civic duty to share, inspire, and educate others. From the rails to the nails to wheels that roll, we'll see you next time on the Man Shed Railroad.